Hello? Is someone there? Hello? Oh. Oh, you poor thing, come here. What happened to you? Whoa, 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 whoa. It's all right. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Given your clothing, you may find it surprising to know that not everyone you meet wants to kill you. Oh, my dear halfling friend. You really think that I wouldn't be able to tell an adventurer when I see one? You're wearing dark clothes, light armor. You don't have much in the way of weapons either, apart from a few very sharp-looking daggers. I know the type, especially among halflings. You, my friend, are probably a rogue, yes? I thought so. Come on, come with me. Let me help you up. Oh, my name is Graylin. Graylin. Yes? Yes, Graylin. Come with me. Well, perhaps I should add an addendum to that. Graylin is not my elvish name. Graylin is the name I was given, or I suppose nicknamed, by my own adventuring party long time ago. Oh, I'm taking you down this path to the astral sanctuary. What do you mean you've never heard of it? Of course you've heard of it. Everyone has. The astral sanctuary is exactly what it sounds like. It's a sanctuary, deep in the woods, for studying the stars. My dear friend, not every druid is a barefoot person wearing probably leaves for clothing and constantly transforming into an animal. Not every druid is like that. A very good portion of them are, and some people choose to become druids for that reason. It never quite suited me, but neither did becoming a wizard. I'm still a druid. I'm an archdruid, actually. But I am a bit more celestial focused, shall we say. I look to the stars. I look at the way they pattern themselves. And I can predict a bit of what's to come with them. I'm not quite as accurate as, say, a wizard who really specializes in divination. I'm not that good. But I can see the ebb and flow of the good and bad in the universe, and occasionally tug on the tides of chaos to my own advantage, shall we say. Don't worry, it's not far. I can see that you're injured and we'll get you patched up. You're going to be fine, I promise. So, if I may ask, how did a halfling rogue such as you end up all alone this deep in the woods? There haven't been any bandits around here who could have dropped off a hostage. Of course I would know. These are my woods. I'm the archdruid of the astral sanctuary. I haven't been alive for 1,000 years to not know what's going on in my forest. Alright? Not every druid is a peaceful pacifist either. Some of us happen to be born with a little more spice in our personality. Not that the peaceful pacifists are not spicy, because they are. However, a lot of them choose to try and be kind and gentle all the time. Unfortunately for me, I don't have that kind of patience. So if I get a little snippy, it's because I've been alive for 1,000 years and nothing is new under the sun, trust me. No, I promise, nothing is new under the sun. Everything has all been done before, and I keep a very close watch on these woods. So I know for a fact that there were no bandits that dropped you off. So what? Did you scrape a little off the top of your adventuring party's profits? Did they figure it out? Did they perhaps rightfully beat you up and leave you senseless in the middle of the woods, hoping that maybe an owl bear would get to you before anything else? Or were you running away from some political assassination and you finally ran yourself so long and so hard that you had no choice but to collapse of exhaustion on the deer path? No, I'm not surprised that you don't want to answer. When I was young, this was a long time ago, I had an adventuring party, as I mentioned. I was a new druid at the time. I didn't know how to do much. I was still learning, but I wanted adventure, like a lot of young elves. I ran away from home, as you might imagine, and I fell in with what became my adventuring party, I should say. It was a group of ragtag people, mostly young, but our cleric, she was older, she was kind. She was younger than me, but she was human. I was 120, I think, at the time. And high elves live to be about 700 years old, if they're not archdruids like me. She was in her 40s, but she was human, so she was more mature than I was. But we had a rogue. He was a halfling. And oh, he was charming. And he thought that he could charm me. It never worked, of course, but it was always fun. It became part of our friendship dynamic. Broke my heart the day something happened and the rest of my party didn't make it through unscathed. None of them died. They all passed a long time ago from natural causes, but there was an incident that may have involved a dragon, and I was the only one to make it out conscious. I was strong enough at that point to cast higher level teleportation spells, and I was able to get us all to safety. He didn't wake up for a long time, that rogue. No matter what I did, he was unconscious for, I think it was 4 years, perhaps. Time is difficult for me these days. When you're alive for 1,000 years, the more time you have behind you, the faster time seems to move through you. I still feel like it was only yesterday that I lost the last of them. And yet it was... 600 years ago that the last one finally passed away. It was hard. And it doesn't feel like that much time has passed in between. Then again, the days do tend to blur together in the sanctuary. Just how it goes. Speaking of, here we are. Alright, I am going to put you in probably the kitchen. You can help yourself to whatever food is in there. Don't worry, it's all locally sourced from around here. So, no poison, nothing. It's from my garden, so to say. It's somewhat untamed, but that's the beauty of nature in a place like this. You go ahead and help yourself. I am going to grab a few medical supplies. I can do a very decent amount of healing for you, but I do believe you would benefit more to having proper bandaging beforehand. Well, see, magical healing is wonderful, but it has side effects. Side effects that you only notice when you've been subjected to it for too long. Any healing you can have the natural way will be of more benefit to you in the long run. Oh, just trust me, I've seen many a traveller and many an adventurer pass through here, and magical healing is good, and it has its place. But if it can be avoided, I do believe it should be. Well, perhaps one day I'll explain it to you. But I think you might need to experience a little bit more of the world before you can fully grasp what I'm talking about. Oh, you think so, do you? Tell me, how much knowledge of your own do you have with magic? Do you know how to perform anything? A cantrip? Wow! Almost like just about anyone can do a little cantrip. No, I don't think you quite yet know enough about the intricacies of magic as a force to quite understand why I don't want to heal you with magic if I don't have to. You stay right here, and I'll be right back. All right. Have you found any food to your liking here? Oh yes, the starfruit. It's quite sweet, isn't it? Oh, all right. No, this is a very specific kind of starfruit, darling. This is one that only a Circle of Stars archdruid would even think to try and cultivate. I made them the way that they are myself, is what I'm saying. And I made them that way so that they taste whichever way you tend to prefer your fruit. If it's more tart, you prefer tart fruit. If it's more sweet, you prefer sweet fruit. I like them sweet. If it's not quite as sweet for you, perhaps you'd be interested in taking some with you. Of course, I have plenty. I always have plenty. Anyway, why don't you go ahead and sit down on this stool? There you go. Now, let me see that shoulder. Oh, yeah, quite scraped up. Let me guess. That looks more like you ground it into the dirt, or a rocky sort of road, perhaps. That doesn't look like it's a weapon injury. I didn't think so. Alright. I'm going to clean it out. It's going to sting, but I will wrap it in the bandaging immediately after, and then you should be... most of the pain should be mitigated at that point. How's that? Alright. If you need to hold my hand, you can do that as well. I only need one hand for the cleaning part, and I can use magic for the bandaging part as well. Oh, just a small telekinesis spell. It's not very difficult. Alright. Do you want my hand? Feel free to squeeze it as hard as you like. I'm a pretty tough high elf, surprisingly. Some high elves are quite delicate, but I'm not one of them. Go ahead and squeeze as hard as you need. Alright, and 3, 2, 1.